И я включил. Ага, вот, я так поставил сейчас выключение микрофона.
Да. Ага.
Значит, дальше. Действие. Включить микрофон. Опа. Сохранить. Прелестно.
Виндрусом постит готовый набор смайлов. Поешный. Давно уже.
Ну что, стартуем?
Я включил.
Или звездуем?
Мы уже стартанули, чувак.
Ну тогда поехали.
Сейчас всем привет и добро пожаловать на зачитку Speak Fallout Equestria. Так. Сейчас я еще кое-что быстренько кликну.
Ссылку кинь куда-нибудь. Или я могу куда-нибудь ссылку.
Сейчас всем все кину куда надо, успокойся, не торопись. Сейчас все будет, наверное. А может и не будет. Но я надеюсь, что будет. Давайте найду ссылочку. Вот она. На сегодня 3 глава. Ссылочка идет в канал. Ищи, конечно же, куда еще. Так, one hoof in front of the other. Когда по размеру сейчас скажу. Самая короткая на данный момент. Одна из прочитанных нами. По крайней мере, так точно. За остальные не ручаюсь. So, Skyline, are you ready?
Give me 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 минут.
Okay, 5.
It's alright, 10 minutes it is. Саму бы сходить себе с кем-нибудь кофе.
Можно на паузу поставить запись?
Нахрена паузу, пускай идет. Вот Джек, чё ты паришься?
Ну ладно, потом кому надо, тот обрежет. СДС обрежет.
То еще не будет вылезать, успокойся. Просто будет такая защита.
Она будет теплой, ламповой и сонной.
Да, это норма. Она будет очень сонной. Она будет самой сонной защитой.
Дрэгон, ты здесь? Видимо, нет. Ну, ладно.
Я опять случайно выключил микрофон.
Ну, тогда ты... Или НФ, кто-нибудь из вас, давайте. В предыдущих сериях. Что у нас было? В прошлых 2 главах.
В предыдущих сериях у нас был этот... Что я тебе скажу? Тренеди переслали из Элизиума в Чапель. Капеллу. Похуй. Потом Блэк Джек испугала ее. Все.
Идеально описал.
What's so funny?
we talked about what was in previous, and Threnody came from Elysium to Chapel, and Blackjack frightens her. The end.
And she told her that her mom's vagina tasted like apples.
Yeah.
I love that line.
This is
now you know what my mom's vagina tastes like. Just fucking died.
Yes, I do remember this line as well.
It's Dragon's favorite line. I know.
Yes.
the only reason to read this fanfic. Okay, I guess this fanfic has a lot of reasons why it should be.
Sorry for not wanting to begin yet. I just want to finish this game of War Thunder, and then after that.
It's alright, man. It's alright. Don't worry. We still have 20 minutes until our usual deadline.
Yeah. I just kicked my desk really hard. Now it hurts.
So you're playing with Focke-Wulf?
Yes, I'm playing with Focke-Wulf on 90. I'm actually in the flying over the English channel right now.
Oh, much.
Темзов пойдет в ПОНИ канал.
Slate, bring that back. That's fine.
Sandalwood.
With a Russian voice.
Sandalwood with a Russian voice.
Yeah.
I can be Sandalwood. Again.
You didn't want to do it last time.
Escalion, Blackjack.
Yes?
From now on, I strongly suggest you to start taking speak in your own time as well. I'm strongly suggesting you to start taking speak in your own time as well, besides the reading sessions.
I might read it, but I think it's more fun if I read it with you, because it's more enjoyable for me. I kind of act it out, I have fun, you know.
Fair enough, it's just my suggestion, don't worry. It's very good suggestion of mine.
Кстати, вы не хотите, например, Тренеди от того же Скриблера добавить в сборник?
Что мы не хотим?
Тренеди от того же Скриблера, например, в электронные сборники добавить книг.
Погоди, я услышал Тренеди, все остальное было очень тихо и непонятно.
Я говорю, добавить рисунки Тренеди, например, от того же Скриблера в электронной версии книг.
От Скриблера не
Нет,
знаю.
не надо.
Лучше добавьте их сюда.
У него весьма специфический стиль рисования у Скриблера, поэтому я лучше говорю, помнишь, я тебе предлагал, Драгон, как раз таки заказать у Анти скинуться.
Просто,
нормальный арт.
Но там будет один, а он сейчас прям по главам рисует.
Скриблер
ну,
по
не
главам?
прям по главам. Не прям по главам, но уже на несколько глав от него можно найти.
Надо будет заглянуть. Ну, скажем, очень специфичный стиль. Не знаю. Я, конечно, посмотрю, но пока нет. Пока нет, Драгон.
Я хочу вас попросить скинуть все-таки арты с персонажами куда-нибудь сюда, чтобы было понятно, кто есть
Сейчас
кто.
повторю.
Драгон, дело не в стиле, а в том, что файл должен быть легкий, чтобы его мог любой скачать и прочитать.
Да.
Сжать? Да он и так музыку туда засунул.
Да никаких проблем сжать файл. Я понимаю, что там не нужна картинка 4 на 4000, как я сделал.
Так, ладно. Шуш, приветствуем. Да. Я забыл, что это стандарт для этого канала, потому что это бред. Вот так лучше. Ничего не изменилось. О чем бишь я говорил?
Так, это
Да, приветствуем Сили Линкса в декорате. В самом днище его. Ниже падать некуда. Так вот. Он раскрасил. По-моему, это была раньше только черно-белая.
Нет, она была такой.
Значит, я уже не помню, ясно. Сегодня мы читаем на инглише. на English, да, мы сегодня
Да,
читаем.
я ему говорил, что мы сегодня будем читать.
А теперь еще и я сказал.
Лишний
Мы
минут.
ждем Скалиана пока.
Yes.
We're waiting
Skyline,
for
you're
your
ready.
for you to exit the game and
I know I'm almost done. I'm almost done with the fight.
Don't worry.
I just okay. Basically, this is the largest map in the game, and that means it's really hard to find the enemies, and for the enemies to find us as well. It's nothing but clouds, and it's huge. It's like 40 or 50 kilometers by 50 kilometers. So it's really big.
it's not a
Light slope.
DCS.
Light slope.
DCS.
Light slope.
So, ну, получается, это ты схему только Theraноди. Ну, Blackjack не обязательно, а вот какой-нибудь еще. Цинамон был бы неплохо
Её
видеть
нету.
из Сэндалвуд.
Скорее всего, в 90% из них не видишь, потому что по этим персонажам нет артов.
Хорошо, а рефы? Хотя, не знаю, что-нибудь, цвета? Уже не помню.
Цвета, читай фанфик, там все цвета очень подробно описаны, каждого персонажа.
Ну, давно и неправда.
Что твоя проблема? Я все выписал. Так, ладно, хорошо.
So, Nathlarian, do
Yeah.
I play blackjack? And
Yes.
I don't know who
If
else. Who else do I have to play?
Whoever you want.
Because blackjack plays Sandalwood and Slate.
Really?
mean-
Slate?
I thought you did.
Oh no, the last, the first chapter was only for Sandalwood. So we're gonna find someone.
Yeah. You can take whatever role you want, Scalian. As well as...
I wanna do blackjack.
Sure, go ahead.
Oh fuck's sake, who is that? Who is...
And,
Ты с ним встретишься еще.
yeah.
Да, это он.
Это он.
Это
Подожди.
он, да, это он, и ты с ним встретишься еще.
В этой главе.
Пока забей.
Ладно.
Встретишься, к тому времени, когда ты встретишься, ты забудешь.
This
Успокойся.
is so
Он,
gay.
он еще не скоро.
Капец.
Во-первых, нет, во-вторых, ты уже достал ныть на эту тему, зануда. Ладно.
Кто бы говорил?
Я бы говорил, ты тут занудничаешь сейчас.
Главный зануда.
Спасибо за свое представление, очень яркое, мы все поняли. Можно было не уточнять.
Ой, далеко мне до
Так,
тебя.
мы
Пожалуйста.
ждем.
Вот, у меня такие звуки. Нифига себе машин слышно. А, они не слышно. Кайф.
Пока музычку послушаю.
Almost done. Just a little bit more. There's only one guy alive in the enemy.
Мгм.
Okay, I'm done. We can begin. I'm sorry for taking too long.
Хром заполнен.
Запись идет, если что. Можно начинать. Отмашку давайте.
Okay, Nethlarian,
А музыку
we can
слушай.
start.
Отгоним.
Sure, музыку слушать и быть таким. We are ready. Good. Okay, let's dive right in then. Escalian, can you please not type that loud?
Sorry.
Thank you. So, hello and welcome everybody again. We finally started reading. And today's story is once again Fallout Equestria, Project Horizon Speak. Written by Hardshine. Chapter 3, One Hoof in front of the other. Would you like to read the epigraph, Escalian, as usual?
Sure.
Or shall I? Go ahead.
Fallout Equestria, Project Horizons, Speak. Chapter 3. One hoof in front of the other. She was unstoppable. Not because she didn't have failures or doubts, but because she continued to despite them. Stars will appear on Princess Celestia.
Okay. I only just barely managed to stop myself flouncing into the Harmony ring. Blackjack had talked to me. What's more, she'd opened up. It had only been a little bit, but it was something. And this way, only the first day I'd worked with her. And this was only the first day I'd worked with her. Sandalwood was right when she'd said Blackjack wasn't easy to work with. I'd really worried that I'd fucked up horribly after she teleported to the Lunar Space Center, but a talk on her return had filled me with renewed hope and happiness. I'm sure that I was a little ball of sunshine to Sandalwood and Slate when I opened the door to a portion of Starhouse. A ball of sunshine that was quickly eclipsed by the sight of a cream-coated, red-minded bat pony, who was idly chatting with Sandalwood and Slate. The three adult ponies turned to look at me, and I felt myself freezing in place as I quickly tried to put up my emotional shields. I think Slade had felt my mood shift before I'd entered the room, because his smile quickly faded into an expression of concern as I blocked my emotional outlets. Sandalwood and Cinnamon Twist seemed nearly nonplussed by the sudden void where my emotions had been.
Is everything alright, Serenity?
Sandalwood asked, trotting toward the door. I nodded, and shook myself and offered the older ponies what I hoped looked like a genuine smile. Oh yeah, I'm just finished up with Blackjack. We had a good talk and stuff. She wanted to see Slate though, if that's okay. Something about drinking less if he came to talk to her? Sandalwood and Slate exchanged glances, and and the tension in the room ratcheted up with just a few pegs. Huh, that was different. A moment quickly passed as Slate smiled and scooted around me. Slate? Does anybody want to be Slate? 3, 2,
I'll be
1,
Slate. I'll be Slate.
go ahead.
Where are we?
Not the first time.
So wait, I nodded, right? No.
Yeah.
Well, you must. Well, you must.
Oh
have
yeah,
fun.
yeah. Well, you must have done something good.
Hold on, give me a second. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. Where was I?
He offered.
He offered.
He offered as he made his way out the door.
That's the first time in a few months since she requested to talk to me. Usually I show up, and if she's in the mood, she's in the mood. If not, well, it's a 50-50 shot as to whether or not I get to book it out of there.
The stallion lightly patted the top of my head.
Good work, little one.
He said before sauntering out the door. I turned to watch Slade go, and as soon as he left the Hartmanner Wings porch, his saunter turned into the slow maunder of somebody walking to their execution. Regret clouded Slade's bubbly mood, storm clouds brought on by the words of one little Pegasus. Cinnamon twist. Anybody?
Okay, me. Yes, a very good job indeed.
Cinnamon said, following up Slade's paths with a noogie that messed up my main, that brought me back to the harsh reality that she was still here. I winced at the contact and tried my best to not lay my ears back. Somehow her syrupy sweet voice always just bothered me.
I was concerned as to how Blackjack would react to us bringing a filly on board. It seems my concerns as well as Hotshine's were unfounded.
Sandwood rolled her eyes.
As I was telling you before Thernedy got here, Cinnamon, I'm not worried about her being hurt by Blackjack. She'll try to intimidate her and scare her and, well, probably seduce her.
She added with a frown.
But I doubt she'd do much more than levitate Thernedy out of Starhouse if she was angry.
I snorted. Well, she's already tried all 4 things, and half of us were on the first time I met her. I paused, cocking my left ear to the side as I thought about it. Actually, all 4 things when I first met her. Though, at least she hasn't tried to kiss me again. Cinnamon curled an eyebrow at Sandalwood, who shook her head.
You and I both knew that that was a risk.
The unicorn cautioned.
And Therned seems to be able to handle Blackjack even at her worst. Who knows, maybe she's got some insights that we don't.
Cinnamon nodded thoughtfully when purred in that silky, glowing voice.
I know. I just want to make sure all of you are protected. The Headmanders are just getting back to their full strength, and it's a big wasteland out there. What with Willow Glen still being on the mend and Hotshine with her administrative duties for the followers, I'm just worried of what would happen to little Thernedy. We can't risk losing the littlest member of our team.
She said soothingly. My eye twitched at a littlest member of the team. I knew that Slade called me little one, but, well, it was starting to grow on me. Plus, I think he did it just to get my gob, so I could put up with it for now. But when Cinnamon said it, I just felt icky inside, like I was the smallest pawn on her chessboard. The only problem was, I didn't know what she was planning to do with me, and I wasn't even sure we were playing chess. Sandwood must have sensed my irritation, and she cut in.
Well, I'm planning on debriefing Thernedy as soon as you're done here. And yes, I will have my weekly reports sent out when the Alicorns bring our stipends tomorrow.
My ears perked up. Oh, tomorrow was a stipend day? Which Alicorns are bringing us our pay? I asked, trying to keep my voice from sounding too overly excited at the prospect of payday. But I meant I got few cups for myself that I could spend on my own things, like books. Cinnamon's forehead wrinkled in thought.
I believe that Dry Clean only has been taken on the responsibility for making sure that the stipends for the followers in the Commonwealth are distributed. Though, don't quote me on that. Sometimes Thimblestep helps her out as well.
I felt my ears wiggling excitedly. But if it's dry, does it mean that glitter is with her? Cinnamon gave me a confused look.
Glitter, her change. Charge.
Her hoof rubs her temple as if in pain.
Yes, most likely. I dare say that those two are nigh inseparable for the most part, unless Glitter Bomb is spending the day with Caledonia in her clinic.
I really hoped that Glitter Bomb was with Draken tomorrow. Glitter was unusual for an alicorn. She was really fun to talk to. I turned to Sandalwood. If I get done with Blackjack early, may I spend the afternoon with Glitter? I asked, beginning to bear the cute eyes that had always worked on my mom when I wanted something. Which was actually a fairly rare occurrence in my childhood, and likely why to this day it still worked on her. Goddess Luna bless her heart. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sandalwood shook her head and chuckled at me.
Thorn, you do realize that you don't need my permission to do anything, right? And I was going to talk to you about not seeing Blackjack for very long tomorrow. She does need some time to process, you know.
She explained patiently.
But yes, I think that giving yourself some time for some self-care would be good. If that's how you want to spend your day, you're more than welcome to.
Cinnamon smirked at me with an amused expression on her face.
Well, with that taken care of, I look forward to your report, Sandy.
Again, there was that tension in the room that hadn't been there just a moment ago. Sandalwood merely nodded, and Cinnamon gave me another one of her diabetes-inducing smiles.
Good luck, Thernody.
She said, trotting over the door.
You'll need it.
I frowned after Cinnamon's retreating back, resisting the urge to stick my tongue out at her. I waited until the mare was safely out of earshot before closing the door. Sandy? I asked, quirking an eyebrow at Sandalwood. The unicorn fixed me with a glare.
Not a word. I hate it when she calls me that. Ugh.
Sandalwood stamped her hoof before brushing a bit of mane behind her ear and shaking her head.
What did you call her? Social sandpaper? Sometimes I think you're right. That mare is a pain in my flank.
I let my ears back as Sandalwood calmed herself. Did everything go okay with your meeting with her, though? I asked, trotting over to the kitchen table and pulling up a chair. I got a sense that something was going on, at least that's how you and Slade felt whenever Blackjack wanted to see him. Sandalwood sighed and took up a chair opposite to me.
That's nothing you need to worry about, Andy. Just something between Slade and I that I'm sorry you picked up on.
Sorry I picked up on what? I wondered to myself. Oh, you aren't happy that part of Blackjack's treatment with Slade involves sex? The giddy 14-year-old in me clapped her hoofs together as I realized that my shipping on the older to Heartmenders wasn't that far off. Yes. Yes. The official shipping. Indeed. When I started to worry about the implications for Blackjack if Slade and Sandalwood did become a thing. How would Sandalwood deal with the fact that her lover was actively... Oh dear.
In any case, how did things go with Blackjack? You seemed really excited when you came in.
Sandalwood asked, drawing me back out of my head. I think it went well. I think she thinks I'm funny. Or weird. I don't know. But I got her talking about Sable 99 and why she had sugar apple bombs. I said, pulling the crumpled box out of my saddlebags. Apparently P21 thought they tasted like her mom's vagina juices or something. Yeah. Sandalwood was mid-sip of tea when she sputtered.
Wait, what? Mom's vagina juices?
She blinked rapidly at me.
Oh, right. P21 would have serviced her mom as well as Blackjack due to the institutionalized rape of...
Institutionalized.
institutionalized rape of stallions in Stable 99.
She frowned thoughtfully.
I wonder what led him to tell her that.
I shrugged. Blackjack really didn't have an answer to that. Apparently this happened when the two of them were starting to finally make up a little. Well, I got her to reflect on the fact that P21 did make major changes in his life while he traveled with her. I sighed. She really did love him a lot, and I know that she blames herself really badly for his death. I cocked my left ear to the side. Has she ever talked about that with you or Slade? Or any of the other Heartmenders? Sandalwood shook her head. No.
Never, at least not that they've documented.
She smirked.
Mind you, Hardshot only made it 2 days here before he got frustrated that she was always drunk when he tried to work with her, so he likely didn't get it out of her. But in all seriousness, Blackjack tends to only talk with me about surface things. She's always asking me about myself, and of course professional boundaries dictate that I share as little as possible.
She said with a soft sniff. I couldn't help but wonder why I felt a bit of frosty regret from her. Huh, that was weird.
But that is very good news you got here to talk a little. Excellent work, Thernody.
I beamed back at her in return. Well, hopefully that's what Cinnamon wanted to hear. Maybe now things will be less complicated for us, I said cheerfully. Sandalwood's ears dropped and she sighed.
Thernody, this was just today. Just because she has a good day today doesn't mean that she'll have a good day tomorrow. Things are very complicated. Her situation and the political realities of the Commonwealth are problematic at best.
Sandalwood scrunched up her muzzle.
It isn't enough that Minister Boeing is doing her level best to destroy the legacy of security, but the fact that she wants to start a trial in absentia doesn't help either, which makes me worried that what happened if Boeing knew that Blackjack was still alive.
I shuddered. She did a mop with hair and not care who got in the way, I said, trying to brush wet thought away. That would make for a very interesting afternoon. I couldn't agree even more. Okay, sorry. Sandalwood nodded in agreement.
Which is why we're doing our level best to keep her a secret. Even from the ponies that are trying to help us keep her safe. Adding Princess Grace to our inner circle was a huge risk. Mind you, Grace supports Blackjack being rehabilitated. As I'm sure that Brutus and the Reapers would do. Brutus has mentioned on several occasions that if she hadn't died, she'd still be in the top 10. But with Cinnamon having worked with Boeing, the Headmanders have a lot more pressure from a rather powerful political force.
She waved her hooves in front of her defensively.
I'm not saying that Cinnamon would break confidentiality. Or that it's her fault, but it is the reality. Because Mr. Boeing was healed by Cinnamon, that's her connection to the Heartmenders. And because Cinnamon utters to Hotshine, well,
she shrugged.
I think we're sort of screwed either way.
Also, please don't type that loud, whoever you are.
I'm sorry, I forgot that I wasn't muted.
You can turn the microphone off when you're typing.
Yeah, I think
I always do.
I
always do. I just forgot. I wasn't muted.
Okay. Never mind. It's alright. That really was sort of the way of things. Because the Heartmenders were the only line of defense for the mental health of ponies in the wasteland, we often found ourselves embroiled in the political realities of the wasteland. Tartarus! It wasn't just the Heartlanders, it was all of the followers. Velvet Remedy was doing her level best to keep the peace between the NCR and the new Lunar Commonwealth. The NCR really wanted to add the NLC to its borders, just as strongly as the Commonwealth wanted to be firmly detached from the NCR jurisdiction. The followers of the Apocalypse and the Heartlanders, by virtue of being part of the followers, operated independent of both. We were that weird apolitical entity that tried to make sure both sides got along. Little Peep, Blackjack, and so many others had sacrificed far too much for another war to break out of something stupid like lines on a map. And honestly, wars had broken out in Wasteland over less. Yeah, like computer files. Okay, it also didn't make Sandalwood's job any less stressful. Nor did it make it any more fun to have what felt like 12 different ponies yelling different things at me about how to do my job. I was doing my motherfucking job. They just needed to shut up and do theirs. I wish that we could change the wasteland faster. I said with a sigh, laying my head down on the table. It would make things easier if ponies weren't constantly causing more trauma that we needed to fix. Sandalwood gave me a sympathetic look.
I know, Theranody. It would be nice in a perfect world, but in the wastelands, but the wastelands isn't perfect. So we get to just make do with what we have, even if it's hard.
I nodded in agreement. I couldn't argue with that. Well, I'm just glad that Blackjack's day was made a little better, I said with a soft smile. Sandalwood smiled back.
That is a bit of good news.
Her eyes took on a suddenly distant look.
I just hope she isn't too hard on slates.
I didn't have anything I could really say to that. Asterix break. So, Skylian, any thoughts on what you just read?
Interesting.
Oh,
I hate
listen.
cinnamon. I hate cinnamon.
Yes.
I want cinnamon to fucking hang. I hate her.
Oh, if you hate her
She's
now,
mean?
just wait. Okay, just wait until the next chapter.
Cinnamon sucks.
I hate cinnamon.
Let's just say there is going to be some implications of. Okay, I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm just going to say that I hate her. I hate her as well. She's.
Hates.
I love how Boeing is back and Blackjack saves her life, and what she does, like.
Well, she.
I hate that character, honestly. I hated it in Project Horizons too.
Blackjack Blackjack was really close to kill her.
Yeah, but
firstly,
it doesn't have to ruin her.
someone.
Wait, Skylian. Am I correct that Boeing is one of the Crusaders? The one
Yes.
that
that Blackjack nearly killed.
Yes.
In the start.
Yes. I just needed to remind that myself. I wasn't quite sure. Okay. Yeah. So she's a man now.
Nathaniel,
She's a cunt. Yeah.
Who is cunt here? Sandalwood or Cinnamon?
I'm sorry, what again?
Who is cunt here? Cinnamon or
Cinnamon? Cinnamon.
And Sandalwood is like a good cop, and Sandalwood is good cop, and Cinnamon is bad
Cinnamon.
cop.
No, Sandalwood is a good cop, and Cinnamon is a cunt.
Exactly.
I'm just asking that to be sure that I'm doing right. That Cinnamon is and Sandalwood is a good.
Yeah.
Окей, yes.
Хорошо, Blackjack, я тебе сейчас скажу так.
Да.
Представь самого ублюдочного, слащавого подлизу в классе, который...
Она слащавая, да?
Она очень слащавая.
Cinnamon слащавая? Cinnamon.
Нет, Cinnamon, да, она просто у нее такой слащавый медовый голос, который просто... Когда ты его... Который просто все от него тащатся, когда его слышишь ты, тебе хочется свои уши просто...
Это как вот эти две мелкие девочки в самом сериале, как их там... Они тоже такие, не, да, вот такие.
Вроде того, да,
Ага,
как-то.
а Сэндалвуд это просто как добрая
Да, Сэндалвуд это такая добрая
Добрая
мама, я не
учительница,
знаю.
добрая
Да,
мама.
добрый учитель, добрая мама, она такая
Окей,
прям,
я
да.
это учту. Хорошо, спасибо. Спасибо за ликбез.
Ну, что, хорошо.
Вот.
Ладно, Блэкджек, твое мнение по поводу прочитанного?
Ну, там идет разбор, в принципе, предыдущего, поэтому пока что ничего не происходит, но я так понял, да, Циннамон
Хорошо.
такая, типа...
Я
Да.
очень жду, когда мы прочитаем 4 главу. Ладно.
Там все поменяется?
Ну, скажем так, там добавится один очень интересный элемент.
Все
Ого!
усилится.
Драгон знает. Ладно.
Давайте не будем спойлерить, все.
Okay, shall we continue?
Of course.
ну,
I hope
Охренели.
I can talk blackjack more in this blackjack.
There is going to be more blackjack, don't worry, man. Don't worry. There is going to be more blackjack.
Very good.
Yes, because I think it's going to be this chapter when something happens. I will be the next one. I had nearly finished the Phantom Ship when Slate returned to the Hartmander Wing. I started as he stuck his head in my room.
I have to tell somebody this, and before I do, I know that the reason I'm telling you is all your fault. But somebody needs to know.
He said gravely, staring me down. I lay my ears back. Okay? I asked, tensing up as I dread the answer. Slade held his grave expression for a short moment as he trotted close to me. My ear wiggled expectantly at the heart of his muzzle and breath.
She tasted like saltwater taffy.
He whispered conspiration. He whispered conspiratorially. I blinked as his words swirled away through my head. It wound around my prefrontal cortex until... Oh, sweet Luna, why? I screamed at him, my voice echoing in the house at my indignance. I did not need to know how blackjack tasted.
And so that was the moment my mother came in.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet Luna, why?
Yeah, oh sweet Luna, why? I shrieked at him, my voice echoing in the house at my indignance. I did not need to know how blackjack tasted. Slade's muzzle shifted into a broad grin.
You know why. And now you know.
Snickering. A rather tragic accident occurred moments later. Somehow, by means unknown to me, Scuttle managed to fling herself at Slade's face. The stallions laughed as he picked up my thrown toy from the floor.
Oh, presents.
He said, nabbing the plushie and trotting down the hall. I bolted from my bed after him. Slade! Bring that back! I cried, smashing up the sheets in my bed as I dashed down the hall. Slade laughed as Sandalwood stuck her head of her room, giving the two of us a bemused expression as he tossed me Scuttle.
Just a little bit of teasing.
He said with a grin. I caught Scuttle between my hoofs and held her close. Slade's expression softened, and he got down on his belly. I pinned my ears back as I realized that even laying down he was taller than me, even as I stood up and tucked Scuttle under my wing.
And I wanted to let you know that Blackjack did seem a lot better when I saw her.
I wasn't sure I liked him being this close to me, because at the moment he smelled of sweat and that really weird tangy smell I'd come to realize when he had sex. Well, I'm glad she was better, I said, smiling softly. He nodded. Slade, are you here?
Oh, sorry.
He nodded.
And I figured you'd understand that I needed to tell somebody. Not like Curly Tail over who wants to hear about it.
Slade added with a wink at Sandalwood. I didn't want to hear about it either. And no, she just wants to take a ride on Slade train. I thought, smirking back at him. Yeah, that's a pun, if I ever saw one. Oh, I understand. Do we keep brain bleach here? I need some. Slade scrunched his muzzle and lifted a big hoof to lightly boop the tip of my nose. No.
No brain bleach for short Heartlanders.
He said with a grin.
But you are in a safe enough place to vent about our client if you need to.
I watched as Slade got to his hoofs and offered Sandalwood a smile. The unicorn's smile was rather forced, and that hoarfrost of regret settled lightly over both of them. Slade shook his head, looking down at me.
It's been a long day. Good night, Terranadi. See you in the morning, Sandals. Это не я, это все...
Это не ты,
Это все взял Скалион забрал. Скалион, it was your text.
Yeah, Scallion, will you?
Oh yeah, sorry. I didn't see the asterisk, so I couldn't find it.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long day. Good night, Trinity. See you in the morning, Sandals.
She nodded at Sandalwood before slipping into his room and closing the door. I watched Sandalwood gaze at his closed door for a few moments longer than necessary before she closed her own. Part of me wanted to make sure she was okay. Part of me was still processing what Slade had said to me. Part of me wished my various pieces of myself got along. Кстати, okay, did anyone can name the song this quote is made from?
Which song? Or which one?
Part of me wished my various pieces of myself got along. It's the quote from the song. Shy Hard by PONI. I strongly recommend you to listen to.
I didn't know that.
I will link it later on the last next break. I retreated to my room and curled up in bed, pulling Scuttle close to my chest. Slade trusted me with a secret that he wouldn't share with Sandalwood. That... I didn't know how to feel about that. I knew I liked Slade. Since I'd met him, he'd been comfortable, safe. The reason I put up with him giving me light touches was because we were light, and because he'd noticed that I flinched if he touched too hard. That meant he was safe, right? I wondered how he felt carrying all the secrets like that about Blackjack. I mean, who would some pony talk to about that? Knowing intimate secrets about a pony, their tastes, their likes, where they wanted to be touched with small little... I cut the spot off before it got too uncomfortable. If I could place a name to the emotion I was feeling, it was happiness. Happiness that he felt that I was trustworthy enough to share a secret with. Happiness that he felt that I was trustworthy enough to share a secret with. And that was kind of a nice feeling. I held that warm feeling close to my chest as I shut off my lamp and slowly drifted off to sleep. Okay, so a very, very short after this break, I was just going to link the song I was referring to.
Okay.
Nev,
yeah.
Also, please read, could you please read more... Короче, ровнее читай, пожалуйста. У тебя вот, когда ты дочитываешь предложение до конца, ты говоришь тише и немножко теряется.
Я полагаю, что это потому, что у меня это 3 часа утра.
Ну, я понимаю, ну просто чуть ровнее, хорошо, пожалуйста? Чтобы на записи хорошо было. Вот.
Хорошо, уговорил, зараза.
Вот, все, я буду тебя уговаривать. That's a fucking... What the fuck I just read?
Okay. Yeah. So Harsha basically admitted to make the quote from this song, although she did it unconsciously. And then later on there is another quote from the song I will also note when we'll get to her. It's going to be a long time until it, but yeah. But this time she did that. Another time she did it. This song, I suggest to listen to anybody. It's one of my favorite songs in the entire fandom. And okay, so we shall continue. I really loved that shower. I don't know who Sandalwood bribed to or begged to get it installed, but it was literally the best thing in my life during these days in chapel. Hot water running over me was the best. At least until somebody else wanted in.
Thorndy, you've been in there a half an hour already.
Sandalwood called, thumping her hoof against the door. I grumbled and grudgingly shut off my lovely flow of warmth and stepped out of the cool air of the rest of the bathroom. Fine, I'm done. Just need to dry off. I called back. Stupid Sandalwood. Why didn't she just use the shower in Star House? Wait, was there a shower in Star House? I knew the little Phyllis room worked, but would a shower? I mulled over these thoughts as I wrapped the soft towel through my blonde mane and over my slim frame. Once I was dry enough, I slipped on my duster and let Sandalwood take over the bathroom.
The mirror is covered in condensation.
She pouted, pointing at the medicine cabinet.
You're as bad as Slate.
She shut the door behind her, and the sounds of water hitting the metal shower basin echoed from the bathroom. Slade shrugged at me as I wandered into the kitchen.
Seriously, she complains about taking me forever. I'm cleaning in like 5 minutes flat.
He said with a chuckle.
I mean, how long does it take to get the soap up and rinse?
I gave him a sheepish look. I just like how it feels to have a warm water on me. It wakes me up. I admitted, looking in the fridge to see if we had any browning milk to go with my sugar apple bombs. It might taste like Blackjack's mom, but damn it if I wasn't going to enjoy every bite. Oh. Diggity.
Oh, boy, what's this?
Я как раз ем яблоко, чёрт.
I must have scrunched my muzzle at the thought as the thought went through my head because Slade started laughing.
Don't think about it. Just enjoy your cereal.
He cautioned, taking a sip of his own glass of milk. I giggled and joined him at the table, pouring out my cereal and milk into a waiting bowl. I won't think about it. I just eat them. To spite her. Slade smiled.
Good, though not sure about the spite part. But good that you are enjoying them.
He took another bite of his toast, which looked like it'd been smeared with some sort of mood fruit preserves.
Ready for a stipend date?
He asked, polishing off the toast quickly. I nodded. I mean, it's never much, I admitted. Most of my stipends get sent back to my mom. If Slade replied immediately, it was lost in the crunching of my cereal. What?
I asked why it went to your mother.
He repeated, frowning across the table at me.
Doesn't she make enough money on her own?
Oh, she does. She doesn't think I'm responsible with caps, so she made arrangements with Hardshine and Cinnamon to have most of my pay sent back to her. You two get paid enough to buy equipment and things you need. She figured I just needed a little bit to pay for extra food and, well, little else, I explained. The furrows on Slade's forehead deepened.
But if she's able to support herself, that means she's getting a rather sizable amount of craps from you. If I'm guessing, how much do you actually get her from correctly?
Oh, I get to keep about 40 cups a stipend period, I said with a shrug. It's enough to buy some snack cakes or cereal, or if I save, maybe something cute for me. I just... The expression on Slade's face gave me pause. What?
Threnody, if she only gives you 40 caps, that means she's getting 460 caps every half a month.
He explained gravely.
That's nearly 1,000 caps for an extra on top of what she's already making.
I blinked at him. Well, she only makes about 400 caps a month working as secretary for the mayor of Junction City. So, wouldn't that be good for her? I asked, genuinely confused. Slade pursed his lips.
Well, yes. But what about you? Your mom would basically be able to live a life of some pony in 10 Pony Tower on that. You're supposed to have those caps so you can spend it on doing things you want. And for medical supplies in case, the worst happens. Healing potions are expensive.
Now it was my turn to frown at him. Healing potions just stop the bleeding, Slade. Bandages do it just fine. And they're cheap. Besides, What does it matter if I'm bleeding from empathic feedback? If I have a healing potion or not? Odds are it's not going to kill me, and I'll scar regardless of how much it bleeds. Slate's eyes flickered briefly to the duster on my back.
That's not the point, Trinity.
He said quietly.
The point is that your mom is living way outside her means, and you have every little of your own.
I have a few books, I said defensively, my voice cracking into a slight squeak. How dare he say that? And I have Scootaloo.
Have you seen what my room looks like? Or yours? I'm not saying you need hundreds of material possessions, no, not by a long shot, but you need to have a gun, you need to have very few things of your own, and 80 caps a month on every little thing, like food, isn't very much to live off of. Serenity.
He explained calmly.
I just worry that you're being taken advantage of.
I froze, my eyes wide. No, I wasn't. There was no way I was. Mom would never do that. Mom didn't do that. Sure, she was stern, but she'd never take advantage of me. She needed that money for rent. She told me so every time I was able to talk to her on a broadcaster. I thank you for your concern, Slate. Really. But you don't need to worry. Mom needs that money, and I can make do. I don't need things. I certainly don't need a weapon. I tried to sink down into my chair and make myself as small as possible. I really don't need to worry about me at all. Slate's expression suggested that he'd likely continue worrying for some time. I looked down at my hoofs, just so I didn't have to look him in the eye. I'm gonna wait outside for Glitterbomb, I said, bolting toward the door, leaving my cereal largely untouched. Slate didn't chase after me when I shut the door behind me. Oh, he made me so mad! How dare he say things like that about my mom? How dare he! I kicked a stone on the trail up to Star House hard enough to chip my hoof. Why this? I'll have to buff it out later. Otherwise I'd feel like I was missing the front of my forehoof. I stomped up the stairs to the big oak doors and left myself in. Maybe Blackjack had a hoof file I could borrow. Blackjack, are you awake? I shouted up the stairs. Can you stay here for a bit? Да, мы приветствуем Зиккурати, Инфлорак, Гилрайн. АСТ, привет, господи. Мы читаем снова на инглише сегодня. Итак,
Can I stay here for
there was no answer. It was never good when there wasn't an answer from Blackjack. I cautiously started ascending the stairs, stepping gingerly with my chipped hoof. Blackjack? I called out again, a bit softer this time. Wait, why was I being quiet? Rabbit wasn't likely to try to kill me with her brain, and I already knew there wasn't a cult living in the basement. This place was too creepy. Still no answer. 1 second. Okay, sorry. Reaching her door, I rapped on it with my good hoof. Blackjack! I called, hoping that maybe she was still asleep. Maybe Slate, wore her out or something last night. Still no answer. Carefully I pushed the door open. There lay Blackjack, on the floor next to the tangled sheets of her bed. She reeked of semen and vomit. Appropriate, as she was glazed in one and was laying in a pool of the other. On her side... Oh shit. Was she breathing? I burst into the room, not caring what stepped in. Blackjack! I cried, shaking her roughly as I leaned an ear down to check her breath. Please don't be dead. Please don't be dead. She was dead. Then she turned her head and coughed, spraying my face with chunks of I don't want to know what. She collapsed on her side, opening one red eye to peer up at me.
Almost was there again.
She murmured, and then slowly pushed herself up on her hooves. Spat a mouthful of vileness out.
Morning.
She muttered, her voice low. I couldn't move. I had barf on my face. She wasn't dead, but I had barf on my face. Oh, sweet Luna, why?
Why?
Ugh! I said, wiping my forehoofs at my face, only to smear some of the vomit from the floor into my face. Several things happened simultaneously, as my body reacted violently to having been thrown up on. First I sneezed, then I raged and felt sick myself. Well, good thing I didn't get a chance to eat all of my sugar apple. What kind of...
Yeah, this is me.
Go ahead.
That kind of morning for you too, then.
Blackjack asked as I avoided my stomach levitating over a fifth of whiskey and sloshing around the amber fluid.
You should place yourself more, kid. It takes time to drink at my level.
Down went my alcohol. I whimpered softly as I rubbed my face on my duster. Goddess damn it, that was... Oh, goddess, as I covered in vomit. And Sandalwood would still be in the shower back at our wing. I didn't drink last night, I rasped. I got your vomit on my nose, and it made me throw up. Now I'm dirty. Again. I just showered this morning. Mother fucking stupid... Why did you drink so much that you threw up? I thought you died. Blackjack just watched me with a steady, amused smile.
I can't find it.
Blackjack just watched me with a steady, amused smile.
Yeah. You're a lot like Glory.
She said quietly as she tossed the bottle over next to a stack of empties. A part of my head that had cleaned the downstairs winced. Despite the smile, I could feel the pain that poured off her like radiation. Invisible and so poisonous. How was she not weeping while hurting that much?
Come on.
She said as she started to follow the door. I got to all fours and followed after her. Why was I following her? Blackjack was a mad pony. She nearly died from drinking too much and now I was following her. Good job, Frenedy. This was your best plan ever. Why did you come over to our house again? Oh, right. Seth was being a jerkface about your mom. Where are we going? I asked, following her out of her room. Blackjack just looked behind at me, a caked mess of vileness covering her from horn to hoof. She smiled well, such a strange expression coming from the mare.
Does it matter?
She asked back as she walked down the front door, levitating a wooden bucket and setting it on her ramp before she opened the door and stepped out. I blinked at her, following her out of the doorway. The chip to my hoof long forgotten. Kinda? 'Cause, well, don't you want a bath? 'Cause you're all crunchy? And I'm covered in barf. Thanks for that. I deadpanned. She didn't answer as she made her way down to the hill towards the immense lake that filled the middle of the Hoof. Water fell in torrents through the broken dams that had once kept a reservoir of water back.
You're a damn pretty high-strung for your age, aren't you?
She asked as she headed towards the shattered base of the dam. Only a chunk of Luna's face was visible in the concrete.
I remember when I was your age, I was praying no one would figure out I couldn't do magic and that my mom would outlive me.
Yeah, about that. I lay my ears back at her remark. I sorta have to. I mean, I end up caring so nobody else has to. That'll make you sorta high-strung. Well, no, not high-strung. I looked at her puffed out of my cheeks. I'm not high-strung. She stopped at the base of the old powerhouse. Most of it had crumbled into the water when the dam had collapsed. Water roared down in the sheets through the gap, filling the air with mist and rainbows. Blackjack dipped the bucket into the water with her magic and knocked it over her head. When she repeated the process again, she tossed her mane, sending a sheet of filthy water fanning out as she cleaned herself off. When she looked at me again, that mane dripping black and red stuck to her face.
You're high-strung.
She said quietly. I pursed my lips, trying to make sure that I didn't end up pouting. I probably was pouting. This was not helping my case. How's the water? I asked, trying to change the subject. Sandalwood was hogging the shower when I left Hartman on the wing.
Yeah, she loves to sing in the shower.
Blackjack said softly and got another bucket.
It's cold, it's clean, it's wet.
She said as she wrapped her coat to wash out the nastiness.
I like it here. I died here after all.
I opened my mouth to respond when paused. I close my eyes, listening to the roaring of the falls. Okay, I could see why she might like it. The sound and the remoteness of the powerhouse location would make things kinda peaceful. Wanna bring Cont with me? Wait, how do you know what Senna would like to sing in the shower? Okay, of all the thoughts running through my brain, why did that one have to be the first that came to mind? Ah,
Probably because I was in the shower with her.
she replied as she levitated up another bucket of water and held it out to me. The water was so clear and clean that I could see huge chunks of a dam in the water below us, descending down in the almost pretty a lake, a lake that likely mirrored the shape of my eyes at the present moment. What? She pursed her lips a moment, then dumped the bucket of my water over my head. О, тепленькая пошла. What?
Are you okay?
Blackjack asked as my mind dripped. She waved a hoof before my eyes.
Did I break you?
I have so many questions, I said, shivering in the cold water. First of all, why didn't you warn me? I squeaked at her, pointing down at my soaked duster. I
Squeaked.
could participate in Да, squeaked. I can't squeak in the 3 in the morning, I'm sorry.
Why didn't you warn me?
Okay. Why didn't you warn me? I squeaked at her, pointing down at my soaked duster. I could have at least taken this off. And second, I got a second bucket of water dumped on my head. I huffed. How? Why? Shower? What? My coat was soaked, my duster was soaked. The chunks of grass were gone, but now my wet mane clung to my face. My ponytail was going to be a mess to try to get out later. I looked around to see if there was at least some place I could temporarily ditch my duster. The thick leather jacket was only making the water feel colder.
Well, I could have undressed you, but if I recall, you don't like that. And you seem like you kind of need a reset. Besides, you should be glad I only use water. My first impulse was to kiss you.
She said with a grin before she got the first bucket. I sighed and shimmed and shimmied out of my duster, draping the wet garment on the boulders. I pinned my wings to my back, hoping that the spiderweb of scars that crisscrossed my height wouldn't catch her attention. Okay, dump away, I said, indignation heavy in my voice. But you didn't answer why you showered with sandalwood. She poured it over my body.
Probably I had sex with sandalwood.
She replied evenly.
She needed a reset too.
I said casually, finishing the impromptu shower so I was at least clean again. What?
What?
Ah,
Oh,
okay. Go ahead, yeah, sorry.
what? Is that a problem?
She asked with a frown. I wasn't really sure how to answer that. Especially not since at the moment my surprise had my wings standing on end, and I had bigger things to worry about when my boss was, oh, I don't know, sleeping with a client? I started snapping my wings close against my back again. That's, we're, unless you are slate, we're not supposed to do that with you.
But am I allowed to do it with you?
She asked as she laid down on the rock, folding her hoofs under her.
Sometimes it's fun when I get out of the therapist and get to be the client, you know?
She asked as she stared at me evenly. I trotted over to the rock my duster was on and wiggled under the garment. At least under here I felt a little safer. But caution says it's not allowed. But it's bad for hardminders to do it unless their talent happens to allow them to do it. And no, you're not allowed to do it with me. You what, 25? I asked incredulously. I'm 14. She just stared at me a moment, then just shrugged.
In 99, 14 was old enough to have been a round of blocks at least once.
She just shrugged again.
I guess it's not your age, I see. You're cute. You're flustered. You're tied up in knots. I'd like to make you feel really, really good. Sometimes that no strings attached sex that you were talking about before, it's something I can do. Something that is like something that I like, and most of the ponies it too under right conditions.
She stared in the direction of Star House. Sandalwood was tied up in knots. Okay. She stared in the direction of the Star House.
Continue.
Sorry. Sandalwood was tied up in knots. She was doubting if she even was a hard mender, and Cinnamon wasn't making it easy on her. She was falling with me. She was hurt. I helped her feel good. Didn't matter. It didn't matter that she wasn't that into mares. I was there. I was willing. She needed to help. She needed me. The fact is, the fact she was my therapist or whatever, it didn't matter. I could help her, so I did.
Blackjack paused.
I would rather you didn't tell Cinnamon I could help it. She's way too much like some ponies I wanted to shoot.
Gee, I wonder why, I muttered. Couldn't it be her gorgeous looks, or maybe it her absolutely winning personality? I let the sarcasm flow. But I won't tell her. Today is sort of off record anyway. I was going to ask if you wanted to go into town with me, because I think my friend is coming over. Though, now you tell me secrets about my boss and telling me I should have sex. I don't want to have sex. Even if you do taste like saltwater taffy. I added with a half. Blackjack just smiled at me as her pain was suppressed by bubbly amusement and warm affection. Blackjack, are you here?
I'm trying to find.
I'm not.
Blackjack just smiled at me as
yeah.
her pain was suppressed by bubbly amusement
I
and
found
warm
it. I found it. But yeah. I'm not the only pony that talks.
she said with a chuckle, and then she gave another shrug.
If you don't want to, then you don't. If you think you shouldn't, then you shouldn't. I think sex is good. I like it. Yeah, it went bad for me once, really bad, but I got it through. I didn't let it spoil or something like the wasteland that brings me to joy.
She even narrowed her eyes.
So why don't you just because your age?
She asked casually. I froze. I didn't really know what to tell her. I really didn't like the answer myself. And maybe, just maybe if I stayed still enough, she'd get bored and leave, and I wouldn't have to tell her. So I just stared at her awkwardly. She lay there for almost a minute before she replied.
That bad, huh? Sorry.
She said as she rose and gave herself a shake.
Well, let's go to town.
I relaxed and wiggled my hoofs into my duster. I stood and followed after her, walking half-pace behind the mare. Sorry, I said lamely. I didn't know what to say, really.
For what?
Blackjack asked as she looked back at me, a smile on her face, but her eyes held a measure of gentleness. For declining her, for being hurt, for being weak, for being hurt in the first place, not being able to talk about it. What did I have to be sorry for? I guess that I really didn't have anything to say about it. Nor did I have anything to be sorry for. I started again and frowned. Who the fuck me with the moon? Who just was a therapist here? It's nothing. I just feel badly when I do it and give some pony that look when my mouth decides it doesn't want to work.
Well, don't worry about it.
She said as she trotted ahead of me.
It took Sandalwood 3 weeks too before I was in the shower with her. And look at us, 3 days and already we're washing together.
She gave me another look back.
I'll find out eventually. Should be interesting when we talk about it.
My ears wilted and my wings drooped. I'm 14. And you dumped buckets of water on my head. We did not shower together, I squeaked. Did I mention I'm 14?
So would it be okay if you were 15?
She asked as she walked on. Not particularly, I said. following after her. I just am reminding you that in some polite societies, I'm what is referred to as jailbait. I look down at my petite flanky frame. Heck, in some places ponies still think I'm a filly.
You are a pony who is 14. You are a pony who wants to have sex. Great. If you don't, also great. Your age doesn't magically make you want it or not want it. That's biology.
She said matter of faculty, and then added,
Bear in mind that I learned all of this from a stable that was essentially a sexual nightmare. But the logic seems to sound to me.
I scratched at my muzzle as we crested the hill that led up to Star House. Not to me, I admitted when gasped at the sight of the two alicons talking to Sandalwood and Slate. Glitter bomb! I shrieked, taking my wing and dashing towards the big purple mare. The alicons and the Heartminders turned to watch me rocket across what had been Star House's lawn, only to collide with the purple one, giving her as big a hug as I could manage. Glitterbomb squealed like an excited filly, wrapping her wings around me.
Thren!
She said excitedly.
I was hoping I'd get to see you.
Slate and Sandalwood exchanged confused looks as Draken only chuckled.
Good to see you again, Threnody.
The mare said softly.
Salonia wondered if you might not be here.
It's Caledonia.
Caledonia.
Yeah.
When you see a C in English, it's usually a S. So like Caledonia or it depends. Like CH. Yeah, you're right. It's Caledonia.
Yeah, Caledonia. Yeah, this name is going to come up later a few times.
Yeah, I don't worry. I got it.
I smiled back at the blue mare around with the feathers. I was just hoping you'd be bringing Glitter with you.
Of course, she'd bring me with her. I'm like the number one assistant.
Glitterbomb said with an excited grin.
Isn't that right, Dry?
Dry rubbed her forehead near the base of her horn.
Yeah. Yes. Of course, Glitter. Best assistant.
She looked down the way toward Blackjack, standing near where I'd launched myself from.
Is that Miss Goldfish?
Dryclean asked, turning to face Sandalwood. Goldfish? I must at Sandalwood. I remembered Cinnamon's assessment. Goldfish had been Blackjack's real name. Sandalwood nodded, which caused Glitterbomb to drop me. The big purple mare reared up on her hind legs and waved at Blackjack.
Hi, Fishy!
Oh, sorry. This was me.
Yeah, this wasn't Sandalwood. No, it wasn't Sandalwood. That was Glitterbomb.
Oh,
yeah, that was
the big purple. Oh, it's Alcorn. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Blackjack stood there a moment with a tiny frown, her head cocked as she stared at all of us. Somehow the sight of an alicon reared up on her hind legs, waving and grinning like an idiot, didn't seem to baffle her in the slightest. A small smile returned, but I could feel the stew of emotions churning behind her expression. Sweet happiness, bubbly amusement, but also salty envy and bitter jealousy. And as always, pain. She trotted up her smile, a practice mask, as she looked up at the large mare.
Hello, Dry Cane only.
When she looked over the other,
Glitterbomb?
and when I felt it. Hate. Like boiling flame of fuel. It was burning up inside her, pressure barely contained despite that calm, serene smile. The kind of hate that wanted to blow a pony's head off just by thinking about it. Not a hint could be seen behind that placid smile, but in that moment, I was sure she was going to kill my best friend. Goldfish, it's me.
Oh, sorry, that was you.
Yeah, Goldfish, Glitter, and I were going to ask if he wanted to come with us into chapel. I said slowly and evenly. Glitter, maybe you should show Goldfish your impression of the goddess. It always seems to make the other alicons laugh. Glitterbomb giggled and then took on a pompous expression, but what came out of her mouth was far from pompous at all.
My children, Shut up, Glitterbomb! You're always thinking too loud. Why do you always think, Glitterbomb? I made you not think. I'm cutting you off of Unity. I'm the goddess. I'm stupid.
She said, her voice slightly husky as she tried to make herself sound as unintelligent as possible. She finished by sticking out her tongue and crossing her eyes as she looked at Blackjack. Please don't kill my friend, I silently pleaded. If if anything, the mix turned even more toxic and bitter. I was certain that at any second she was going to do her magic bullet thing and blow Glitter's head off. She grit her teeth and narrowed her eyes.
Funny.
She said, her voice drooping a little.
Goddess told me I was too dumb for Unity 2. Then she took me anyway and nearly made me kill her, the Lightbringer. Then.
And she clenched her eyes shut, tears starting down her cheeks.
Then.
And with that, there was a flash of magic and she disappeared from sight.
Oh, for the love of...
Sandalwood immediately checked her peep bag.
She's at the old Huffington Museum. Can you find her?
She asked Slade. He nodded.
Sure, it's a bit blown up, the foundation, but I should be able to talk her back. And if that doesn't work, there's always plan B.
Sandalwood yet again looked like she didn't like the sound of plan B. Glitterbomb looked like she was going to cry.
But everybody says it's funny because the goddess was dumb.
She said with a pout. I reached up and lightly patted her shoulder. Slade, do you want me and Glitter to go get her? I asked. I know I don't have a peep bag, but if you could tell us where it is, we could try to bring her back. Sandalwood rubbed her chin.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Glitterbomb interrupted, nodding in vehement agreement with me.
I want to tell Fishy I'm sorry. She's not
Right.
Fishy, Glitter.
Dry Clean cheated gently.
Miss Fishy. Close enough.
Sandalwood and Slade exchanged looks.
You've had more success with her than either of us. Do you think you can talk her down permanently?
Sandalwood asked, showing the map of the area. I nodded. And I figured that we'll be safe. Right, Glitter? I asked, looking up at my friend. My purple alicorn nodded her head.
Yeppers, right as rain, she said.
She said with a smile. Dragon only looked concerned.
Glitter, I want you to be on your best behavior. I know that you and Miss Caledonia just talked about mares and stallions, but it doesn't mean you'll need to go and try to figure out how it works in real life.
What? Oh dear. But at some point explain that to her. Why is everyone's mind on sex? I moved Glitterbomb's face between my forehoofs. Glitter is too innocent and pure to ever want to do icky things with boys, right? I asked, looking my friends in the eye. Glitter wore the most inconvincingly innocent smile I'd ever seen. Sandalwood merely coughed into her hoofs as Slade chuckled.
Think you can keep yourself the trouble?
He asked, smirking at me.
Go fish, Colts or otherwise.
I frowned at him, laying my ears back. Yes, Slade. We will go find her and we'll bring her back. And not get any weird diseases along the way, I promised. Glitterbomb looked absolutely puzzled.
Wait, Colts can give you diseases?
It was going to be a very long walk.
Yeah.
Asterix break. So, what do you think so far?
Okay. So here's my hypothesis.
Go
I
ahead.
think Threnodi's mom is she's a bad pony. Like, I think she beat her, so that's why she has scars. And she also is underpaying her, so I think that her mom is really selfish, and I think there is going to be a chapter when Blackjack will talk to her about this, and then Blackjack will go and either kill her mom or do something mean.
Well, it's a very solid guess, I would say.
I mean, most likely, since it's already setting it up for it. So
I would say, based on what you just said, I cannot wait when you get to a certain chapter. It's probably going to be like the one after the next one, like the 5th or the 6th, I believe. There's going to be some.
Hey, wait! I always like reading with you guys, so I think if we read it together, that's even more fun because I get to experience the whole thing.
Yes. We will read it together. I will try. Okay, I was about to say that I will try to do this on to squeeze it in Sunday reading session. Yeah, because we're going to cover up on Sunday, read some Russian fanfiction, the good one this time, and I will try to squeeze another chapter of speaking there because I really want you to get into
That'd be amazing. Thank you. Yeah.
Chapters. Okay.
Hey, look at trash. Look at trash. This is really silly. This is really silly.
Okay, Blackjack. Now it's your turn.
Why is everyone's mind on sex? That's the only thing I want to say about this. This is so strange and not strange, but again, sex. Of course, because it's this Horizon's как это называется, продолжение, sequel. Horizon's sequel, so it's sex everywhere. Everyone wants sex with each other, and round and round and round.
Wouldn't you?
I know. I don't want to answer this question, please.
I know. I would like Blackjack, Sandalwood. He would slate.
I want Blackjack and Trinity to have sex. But like, you know,
this is good. I think it's gonna be really. It's really close here. It must be somewhere here.
Oh man!
I would love that.
I cannot wait when you get to the later chapters. It's going to be so.
Wait, there is gonna be a chapter.
For fuck's sake!
No, I already told you that it's not. But well. You'll see.
I want to see Blackjack and Trinity having sex. That's like yes. It's like yes. It's still being written, right? What chapter is it at right now?
16. In fact, 16 came out. I believe it's 2 days ago.
Okay, so there's a lot more to go.
Yes, there is a lot more to go. So it's 16 reading sessions, which if we are going to do, okay,
they are gonna have sex at some point. I cannot wait.
Yeah. So. Just some calculations. So if we're going to do 2 reading sessions per week, it's going to take us like 2 months to cut up.
That's not bad. That is really not bad. So I mean, if you guys want 2 reading sessions, like if you Blackjack, for example, like
Blackjack. How about you with 2 reading sessions per week?
Fine.
Is it alright with you?
Fine.
Okay.
One on Friday, one on Sunday. And then we can do it sometime.
Sunday and Friday. Oh, that's good.
I mean, if you want to read it sometime midweek, just message me and I will try to arrange something.
Yeah,
I can't promise myself because my work sucks.
Yeah, and, don't worry, it's fine.
Okay. If I will have day off, I will message both of you and ask you whether or not you will be available.
Yay!
Yay! They took a huge break. The writer took an incredibly large break between January and then April.
Yes.
Why?
Yes, I know. She has some troubles in writing the chapter. I do remember she talked about it. She talked about it a little bit.
Who wrote this one, anyways? What was the name of the artist?
So, Nath, there is no...
Wait. Who wrote this? Who was the name of the artist?
Who wrote this again? Harchan?
Harchan, yes. She was editing Project Horizons with Somber. She was one of the main editors for Project Horizons. Yeah, Harchan. I think you might know her from some places.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Получается, моей роли здесь Даши нет.
I was on a server that she was on too, but I have left that place long ago. I left it the last February, I think.
Fair enough. But yeah, she is a very, very nice and pleasant person. Yeah.
Но вроде моей роли здесь Даши нет, поэтому я пока отойду, запись идет. Продолжайте в том же духе.
Хорошо, отойди, потом как будешь дочитывать сам, наверное, да?
Да, дочитаю. Я тут уже, в принципе, прочел все. Поэтому нормально. Все.
Драгон?
Да.
Ты хотел сказать что-то?
В гейме вы видели информацию?
Сейчас.
Yes.
Ага. Ох ты ж ё. Ох ты ж ё.
Не, один точно я знаю, а вот второй.
Один они прям анонсировали, а Крайт, который второй 3D-моделька, она уже давно
Да,
появилась. То есть
я про него.
она появилась вместе с Silence Chieftain'ом,
Да раньше
но
даже.
введена не была.
Раньше даже.
А тут я просто, когда этот трейлер следующего обновления выкатили, там вначале показывается двигатель какого-то корабля, я смотрю и, блин, знакомый. Знакомый, но не могу понять, чей. Это от него двигатель.
Да, это тем более там у него еще истребительный ангар будет. А вот это как будто...
Нет, это двигатель Крайта показали, а
Ребят,
Крайт
а давайте мы продолжим
это
читать. Мне ещё
маленький.
выспаться. Ребят, а давайте вы потом обсудите, мне еще выспаться надо перед работой.
Окей. Короче, продолжай, я отошел. Удачи.
Мгм. Так, стоп, секунду. 1 minute. Sorry. Okay. Oh my god, this is Luna. Glitter bomb. I get it. You're tall. It's hard to find calls your height. Ah! I shrieked as the glitter began to angst about it for a 4th time since it started walking. I mean, I knew that developmentally speaking, the Alicon was my age. Sort of. I just wish I hadn't picked up Boy Crazy while we were apart.
But Trinity,
She whined.
how am I supposed to find another mare that's big as me?
To find a stallion.
To find a stallion that is big as me. Yes, sir.
She asked with a pout.
The only one I know is Paladin Stronghoof, and he's very attached to Son. She's a princess, and princesses are special. I'm just glittery.
I sighed. No, Glitter, you are special. But you haven't met a special some pony yet. I mean, what do you even want in a stallion? I asked, figuring I might as well get it out of her.
I'd like them to be purple.
And?
Tall.
And?
Purple.
I smacked my hoof against my forehead. Peter, a list of what you want in a stallion is a bit,
Perfect. Dreamy. Purple. The best thing ever.
She asked excitedly. Yeah, let's, go with that, I said as we approached a large ruin almost due north of Chapel. We'd passed a train tunnel that led down into a dark, murky shaft filled with cold water, but something had been down in those depths. I remember the famous saying in the Hoof, never go down. The building we approached had once been an impressive 2-story structure, but something had blown it apart. Yeah, something that's sitting in the middle of it right now. Sorry. Only one wall remained standing, the rest had collapsed in a heap in the center. I could see the brown bones of a dragon untouched by whatever had ruined the structure. Its claws were missing. Then, on the loading dock behind the building sat Blackjack. She stared off into a gap between 2 trees, head tilted splattered in blood. 2 enormous mutated bear corpses lay next to her, their heads reduced to so many chunks of gory bone. Glitter.
Whoa, are you some kind of ninja fishy?
Glitterbomb called out before I could shush her.
You got 2 yell guy all by yourself. That's amazing. I couldn't do that.
I grabbed onto Glitterbomb's tail and tugged her back toward me. Well, I tried to. What really happened was that my overly enthusiastic friend dragged me across the remains of a museum's parking lot. I released Glitter's tail and flew over to land a few feet from Blackjack. Blackjack? I asked softly, low enough that Glitter couldn't hear me call her that. Are you okay? I started to dig through my saddlebags for the bandages I always carried on me. She just looked at me, and in her eyes was a reminder that was a stupid question. Then she returned that gaze to the split in the trees.
Fine. The blood is all theirs.
She said quietly.
Wasn't that hard, really? I didn't even need SATS.
She said as she sat, and I was left to sit through the toxic matter of emotions. It was like someone had dumped a paint store of emotions in her, and I could barely sort out what was what. I frowned when pulled out a clean rag and reached across to wipe a bit of blood from her side. As promised, he didn't reveal any wounds and cuts or lacerations. What happened? I asked as Glitter Bomb approached us. Some wisdom must have stopped her about 10 feet from where the two of us sat.
I'm really sorry if I upset you with that goddess thing.
Glitter said, laying her ears back and sitting down on her belly, tucking her forelegs under herself.
It's not that.
She said, as suggested to the trees.
That's where I first saw Lakunai. It was raining and I couldn't see her very well. Thought she was a Princess Luna or something.
She closed her eyes.
I saw you and I had very mean thoughts of Glitter Bomb. I'm sorry for that. I should have done better.
She said hollowly. Glitter Bomb paused and then cocked her head to the side.
You knew Lakunai?
She asked, wiggling an ear.
She was very nice. The goddess was really mean to her, but I mean, at least she didn't yell at all. She just made us give Lakunai all our hurts. I had to give my memories of my mommy.
She said with a sigh.
I don't know about anything about her. I just remember she worked a lot. That's why I was a merry pony and everything went all boom.
She said, making a mushroom cloud with her magic. Glitter Bomb was a filly when she joined Unity, I explained. That's why she's, big, but mentally my age.
I know.
Blackjack said.
I was in Unity. I remember Glitter Bomb. I remember so many others I've never met since then.
She said as she closed her eyes.
It didn't matter after the goddess died, because I never had a chance to catch up. But I remember. Lots of them remember Go Fish. That one that made the goddess so mad.
She just shook her head.
I never thought about it until I had the time to think about it.
Glitter Bomb pouted at Blackjack.
That's no fair that you remember. All the ponies remember me too. You just remember the goddess being worried about the grenade Pegasus enchilada.
Grand Pegasus Enclave, Glitter. I corrected her.
Yeah, that. I mean, I don't remember Dry Clean Only. I don't even remember Dry Clean Only's name. She doesn't remember her name. It was just written in her hat.
Glitter explained.
Aww.
Blackjack actually smiled a little.
When Unity collapsed, there wasn't much time for the goddess to put everything back right. Some minds ended up in the wrong bodies or just lost altogether.
She closed her eyes.
The Kunai had tens of thousands of memories trapped inside her. She gave them all back, even though it cost her her existence.
She sniffed as tears ran down her cheek as she looked at Glitter.
My friend died so that other unicorns could be free.
Glitter's ears drooped and the purple mare started to cry.
I'm sorry, Fishy. I didn't know that. I just knew I woke up and I could remember my name and stuff.
She sniffed, wiping her eyes with a hoof.
I would have been okay with not knowing. Being given a pretty name like Orange Blossom or Tartar Tot. If that meant your friend was okay.
I fluttered over to Glitter's side and lightly laid a wing over her back. As much of her back as I could reach. When Blackjack moved as well, faster than I expected, she reached out and wrapped her hoofs around Glitter's neck, letting out a little sob as she hugged her tight.
I miss her so much, Glitter.
She cried in her neck. She
wasn't even a pony, but she was. She
repeated as she blubbered. The collected waves of Glitter and Blackjack's grief washed over me, and I started crying too. Crying for all the ponies who'd been lost. Crying for Blackjack. Crying for Glitter. Crying for me. I hated grief. It was a terrible storm that no pony could escape. But at the same time, as we were all wrapped up in each other's embrace, we weathered it together, Slowly but surely glitters ebbed, and she wrapped a wink around Blackjack and I. Blackjack's grief, as potent as it was, slowly drained away, as well, and with it the pressure of his toxic emotions released too. After 10 minutes of snotty sniffles, sobs, and I'm sorry's, the tears finally abated.
Oh wow, if my enemies could see me now. Big bad Blackjack, blubbering like a fool.
She released glitter and wiped her eyes.
Thanks. I feel better. Crying is the puking up for the soul.
For some reason, that line just killed me, and I started laughing uproariously. I'd rather you cry on me than puke on me again, Blackjack. Everyone seemed to miss the name change that Blackjack and I had slipped up on, and giggled herself.
Barf is gross. Crying is better. I vomit is easier to clean up.
She said sagely.
Yeah, you're right there.
Blackjack said as she smiled. The first time I had a glimpse at the mare that so many admired. A glow of new strength seemed to peek through, not recovered by the morass of her angst.
Now, why don't we head back to chapel? If there's any fun to be had, huh? Oh yeah, I brought your stipend along, Serenity.
Glitterbomb said, levitating a small bag of cups out of her saddlebags.
Snack cakes?
She asked. Blackjack and I exchanged glances, then nodded.
Snack
Snack
cakes.
cakes. Yay! The end.
Yup.
Неплохо.
Also, неплохо так.
How did you like my... How do you say the end in Russian? Is it konец?
Yes, exactly.
Ah, great.
Понец.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a pun. That's a pun. Yeah.
Пони плюс конец.
Yes.
Конец.
We get it, Blackjack. Thank you.
Yeah, I
I
explained
don't.
this.
Okay. So let's go. Your thoughts on the chapter?
I loved it. I think glitter is adorable. Also, when do I don't know. How did you like my crying Blackjack voice?
It was spot on. I really liked it. It was great. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So, you guys want to read tomorrow, same time?
Tomorrow.
Not tomorrow, Sunday.
Okay. Sunday. Yes, absolutely. Tomorrow. Well, it depends on whether or not there will be a radio air. If there will be, then no. If there are not going to be, then yes.
Plus
So-
E3 is starting
Yeah. So.
these days.
So yeah, if you're not against like free reading session this week, then sure.
Oh, awesome.
But
Of course, let me know and I'll tell you if I'm busy or not, okay?
yeah, of course. I
I still have an exam on Monday because basically I had a math exam on
Yeah.
Thursday, yesterday. And they found out that people on that test cheated. And because of that, they had to, like, some people have gotten the test results before the test started.
Mhm.
So because some people cheated, they had to invalidate all the results. So we need to retake the test. Which is pretty fucking horrible if you ask me, because I was already over it.
Yeah. But at least you know what's going to be more or less going to be in the test, and you prepare, right?
Yeah, I could be prepared. So,
Also, I strongly suggest you to read the author's notes as well. There's a lot of interesting information in there. So if you had the time, just look at there. It's there's some interesting information and maybe some comments. As far as I know, there aren't any spoilers in them. But yeah.
ask Star Dragon if you liked it.
Star Dragon, как тебе глава 3, если ты помнишь, о чем она еще? Или того, что нас слушал. Dragon, ты тут? Star Dragon is
what
not
does-
available right now.
What did Trella mean? Like in what you said.
What?
Like, what did the exact phrases mean on what you asked? Because I'm just trying to, learn Russian and stuff.
Okay, what phrase? Because I a little bit lost right now.
It doesn't matter. It's just like generally the whole talk. What did it mean roughly?
Yes,
How did you
I
translate
asked whether or not I asked him whether or not he's like a chapter, if he's remember it, and I asked him whether or not he's here.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. I was just curious. Sorry.
No, it's quite alright. I always have to teach some Russian.
Teach some of that pizdzets.
Пиздец is Chinese language. That is пиздец.
What?
Пиздец is Chinese language. That is pиздец. Yeah.
Yeah. It is
Have you-
kind of.
Have you ever seen Chinese alphabet?
What? I don't think they have an alphabet.
They do, like 1,000 hieroglyphs, I believe.
What the fuck?
I might be mistaken. You can Google it if you want.
That's a lot. This Chinese alphabet is fucking stupid, if you ask me.
Yeah. And every single symbol is a word, a sentence, and it changes its meaning depending on where it stands, and it's just like,
Oh my god.
how? Yeah. How do you even? But yeah.
Okay.
So, how do you like the... Okay, Skyline, question is to you. How do you like the scene between Frenedy, Blackjack, and Peter at the end?
I love
Oh,
it. I see Blackjack. I see the old Blackjack. The Blackjack I fell in love with reading Project Rivals.
Yeah.
She's still that. She was always so stressed and so hurt. So very hurt. And just all that actually it does kind of help me cope with my it did help me cope with my depression. I'm not really that depressed anymore like as I used to be. But when I was reading Project Horizons I was really depressed. Like really depressed. And,
Yeah, I can see why. I can see why.
and feeling like reading about Blackjack and reading all that stories, it made me feel better.
That's good.
Because I had something to look forward to. I felt like I wanted to read this, and I felt like it's interesting, or I want to read about this.
Yeah. So yeah, Speak is very, 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 very good. So,
Yes.
I will just say that it goes. It just gets better as it's going, because this thing was my favorite for a rather long time, but when chapter like I believe 14 and 15 came out, and I just like, oh my god, it's so amazing what's happening here. Chapter 16, the most recent one, was average. It didn't really give me any lasting impact. Maybe because I was probably because I was spoiled on it by Harshin herself, because she asked for help on the and some advice, and
So you helped Hardshine write the fanfiction.
No, I'm not helping her. She just asked some people who wants to help her, and I volunteered, and me and a few other people volunteered and give you some advice on one of the scenes in the chapter and what we thought about it. So yeah, that's about it. My quote unquote help.
I'm a little
and-
jealous, all these authors.
Yeah,
Writing takes a lot.
and also I'm regularly sending her grammatical mistakes she made in the chapter.
Where is she from, by the way?
I believe she was from US, Oregon.
Oh, but then why would she make grammatical mistakes?
I have no idea, because Americans don't know English.
I did see one little error in this chapter. That was one of the quotation marks were in there.
Yeah, I thought actually you should. Well, I think she hired another editor, which is why I hadn't found any errors, at least obvious ones in the chapter 16. But previous chapters, I sent her like a rather long list of mistakes, and not just like wrong, like weird phrasing, weird wording, something that could be said more elegantly, stuff like that. Because when I'm reading it, always like very noticeable for me. And it's like, hey, you phrase this sentence very weird. Maybe you can rephrase it. And yeah, she actually makes some edit space for my suggestion. So yeah, I feel really proud of it. To helping this, to be helpful. But yeah. Yeah, this chapter. The next
I love reading, and well, I did not want to start speaking. I wanted to take a break because I felt, well, since I've been feeling better since I was really depressed, I wanted to take a break from Fallout and wanted to read something more cheerful or do something more cheerful. But starting to read it with you guys, and I started liking it more because I read it with people. I could like share my opinion, talk about it, laugh with you, you know, all that stuff. That actually makes me want to read it more, a lot more.
Yeah. Well, that's the entire point of reading sessions, to share the stories we like with others.
Exactly. That's why I said. That's why I really want to read this. I didn't want to keep reading this.
Why we always was doing this. So yeah. Glad we were able to help you to start reading this amazing story. Yeah. Project Horizons Speak. So yeah, next chapter will have a very interesting element to it. I cannot wait when we will get around it.
I am excited.
Because I just want to see your reaction when you will see it. Because if you hadn't noticed, there is something is absent right now. I will not say what.
Scotch tape?
In this story. Scotch tape is in Homeland. Scotch tape is in another story.
Boo gonna be there.
Like, I know, but doesn't Homelands, play out later?
No, it's earlier. Homelands is 1 year from the Battle of the Hoof, and this is 9 years from Battle of the Hoof. So it's actually post Homelands. Well, maybe Homeland still isn't finished, so maybe Homeland is still happening to this day, mage, because we all know Somber.
Neth.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be Boo. Yes, she's absent.
No, I did. Okay, I did not say that it's a character. I said something is absent. Something is absent from the story. Which was included in previous stories, in most of the stories actually, and that something is going to return in the next chapter.
Something from Horizons is gonna return.
Yes, not just Horizons, like the fanfiction. Okay, that's already spoiler if I'm going to tell you more. Just to tease you, something is absent. Something was absent from the very first chapter. I don't know if you noticed it or not, but I did notice it at first.
Oh.
Maybe.
Oh, no.
Maybe. I don't know. It could be footnotes. It could be not. It could be something entirely different.
I will notice it in the upcoming chapter, right?
Yes, you will notice it in the upcoming
chapter. Okay, because
nice
if I'm really stupid and I don't realize what's been missing.
I mean, there is no way you could miss it. Like, unless you deaf and blind, and
dead?
I don't know, lobotomized, you will not miss it.
Oh my god, that's like the best insult. What are you, fucking lobotomized?
Yeah, that's so yeah, I will quite sure. I really like the guest though, so yeah.
So I stop recording and say something like that.
Sure, go ahead and stop it.
Say something.
You're gay.
Oh yes. Okay. I think he meant I should close the reading session.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that.
All of that. All of the above, and thank you everybody. Okay, I will do it in Russian. Fuck it. Спасибо всем за то, что слушали наши неуклюжие попытки в английский язык. Было очень приятно. Собрались сегодня послушать, почитать, как-то
Узнать, какого вкуса там что у кого.
поделиться с нами. Что-нибудь, мысли, не мысли. Кстати, ну ладно, это уже потом. Еще раз спасибо. Может быть, мы соберемся завтра, если эфира не будет.
Завтра Е3, поэтому посмотрим.
Все ждем анонса, когда это решится. Эскалиан. Whether or not there's going to be a reading session tomorrow is going to be decided in just a few hours. When will be
Короче, я
announced
закрываю.
whether or not
Всем
will be
пока.
radio air.
Should I